Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really focusing on Nvidia.
Yeah,
Their stock had this huge jump, like 5.6%, and it feels like more than just, a good day. It's kind of re-energizing the markets.
absolutely. It feels like AI, and specifically NVIDIA's role in it, is really driving things.
So that's what we're digging into today, right? Why this massive growth, their dominance, and, well, who's trying to challenge them?
Exactly. We're pulling from a discussion called NVIDIA's Rocket Ride, AI Gold Rush, and the Battle for Chip Supremacy, to sort of frame this.
Okay, so that 5.6%, it really underlines that NVIDIA isn't just like tagging along with AI, they're almost setting the pace.
They really are. And you see it in how deeply they're embedded now. Look at their partnerships expanding with, say, Microsoft Azure and Oracle
All
Cloud.
right, the big cloud players.
Yeah. And their chips, the H100s and now this upcoming Blackwell series, they're basically the foundation for what OpenAI and Meta are doing with their big AI
They
training.
need that hardware.
It's the engine, really. Without it, these huge models just don't happen at the scale they do now.
And the demand I heard is just, well, it's intense. Their supply is booked out into early 2026.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing. It's pretty staggering. There was this quote from a Raymond James
Oh,
analyst.
yeah.
They said, NVIDIA remains capacity constrained, not demand constrained, which really tells you something.
It means they can pretty much name their price, doesn't it, within reason?
Exactly. It gives them huge pricing power. And it also shows just how much companies are betting on needing more and more AI power going forward, or buying way ahead.
Okay, but they can't be the only game in town forever, surely.
Yeah.
Isn't competition starting to ramp up?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can anyone really break that dominance? We're definitely seeing others making serious plays.
Like who?
Well, AMD, for instance, their MI300X chip, it's landed, deals with Meta and Microsoft.
Yeah.
So, they're getting traction. Then you've got companies like Groq focusing on like super low latency with their LPU setup, and Intel's still pushing their Gaudi chips.
So it's becoming more of maybe a platform war?
I think that's a good way to put it. It's shaping up that way.
Yeah.
But it's not just about the chip spec.
Right, because NVIDIA has that whole ecosystem, doesn't it?
That's, I think, their biggest advantage right now, CUDA.
Explain that a bit.
CUDA is their software platform, all the tools, the libraries.
Mm.
There's this massive community of developers who know how to use it, build on it.
So the big AI models like GPT and Llama, they're built specifically for NVIDIA hardware.
Heavily optimized for it, yeah.
Yeah.
So even if a competitor makes a chip that looks similar on paper, getting developers to switch, getting the same performance without that optimization, it's tough. It's a really high barrier.
And I saw they're building on that too with enterprise AI software, things
Huh.
like Nemo, TensorT.
Exactly. That just makes the whole package even stickier for customers.
Mhm.
It's not just hardware. It's this integrated stack. It makes switching even more complex and costly for businesses.
Okay, so let's pivot slightly. If you're looking at this from, say, an investment perspective, obviously keeping neutral here, you see this amazing growth, but the valuation looks pretty steep.
It is high, yeah. That forward PE ratio, over 40.
Mm.
It means the market is already expecting a lot of continued growth. It's priced in.
So the potential upside relies on AI investment just continuing at this crazy pace.
Pretty much. If that AI infrastructure build-out keeps going strong, maybe the valuation makes sense, but there are definitely risks to keep in mind.
Such as,
Well, things like potential China export bans are always a factor. Any hiccups in the chip supply chain can have big impacts. And, as we just discussed, competition from AMD and others is only going to increase. These are all things that could, affect things down the line.
right. So wrapping this up then, NVIDIA is clearly in the driver's seat right now. Huge demand, key partnerships, that powerful software ecosystem.
Definitely a strong position.
But the competition's mobilizing and the landscape is shifting.
Precisely. And maybe that leaves a final question for you, the listener, to think about. As this whole AI field keeps changing so fast and the competition gets fiercer, what factors, what specific things do you think will ultimately decide who leads this chip market in the long run? Is it just raw power, the software, the partnerships, or something else entirely?